The jackals. Of course, we are reviewing Mufasa, the Lion King. PG, an hour and 58 minutes, and I didn't even notice it. You know what? This is one of those movies, like we're talking about. I'm going to just go ahead and say it, Halloween. Not once have I ever uttered the words, they need to stop making Lion Kings. I've never said that. And I don't think I ever will say it because they've done very well with these. Whether it's, I don't care what format, it could be theater, a series, a movie, a remake, an origin story like this one is.
A play.
And I'm always going to watch it. Right, that's on stage. If you've ever seen The Lion King on Broadway, if you get the chance, it's the most amazing thing ever. I mean, you're sitting there. You're sitting there in your seat in the theater, and you get a life-size giraffe walk past you, and my mind was just blown. Now, I know at one point a lady named, I think her name was Julie Tamer, was doing the costumes. But it was so freaking creative. Awesome. Yes, it was. It's just, you got to see it on Broadway at least once. I mean, when I go back to New York.
You can see it in your local theater. They travel.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes they do travel like a gamut.
Because I didn't go to Broadway, but I saw it here in Arizona. So.
And did they have the large animals and things coming down?
Same stuff.
Yep. So gamut. So always check your local theaters. We have gamut here, which is at ASU. But I seen it in New York on Broadway. Oh. But any format, I'm going to watch it. So let's go ahead and talking about Mufasa, the Lion King, rated PG.
Afterwards, we need to talk about your trip to Broadway in New York, because I didn't know that.
New York, yes, I went to Broadway, darling.
I saw it in Broadway.
I saw it on Broadway, darling.
Okay, well, these actors are not in the Broadway play.
My nose is up there, darling.
I hope that you're okay with that.
I forget. Y'all see how she treat me? Ain't this just messed up?
You're the one. I've never even been in New York, but I saw it in Broadway. Like everybody's just gonna buy a ticket and go.
That's fine if you must see it at Gamage. That's fine, peasant. But if you get a chance to go to New York and see it on Broadway, bougie people. Let's talk about who was in the Lion King. Now we've lost James Earl Jones. So who's taking over for Mufasa? Hello.
I'm not too happy with you. Actually, they asked James Earl Jones if he wanted to do it, and he said no.
So this was a little while before he passed.
Before he passed. Okay. Aaron Pierre is voicing Mufasa in this movie. He does a great job.
He was just in a movie called Desert Ridge on, is it Netflix?
Yes.
He was also in M. Night Shyamalan's Old. He had a small part in that. The man is just beautiful, and everybody says it. The man is beautiful, his body is beautiful, and he does a great job. Yes, the whole shebang. Yeah. That's why he's Mufasa. Who else we got in here?
Kelvin Harrison Jr. plays Taka, or voices Taka. Tiffany Boone voices Sarabi. John Kanai voices Rafiki. He's been voicing him for all the movies.
And Timon and Pumbaa, too.
And Blue Ivy Carter makes her debut as Kiara. She did such a wonderful job. I mean, I kept thinking, is that really her voice? Is that so? I'm searching because I saw all these interviews with all the other actors, but you can't hardly find anything with Blue Ivy. I guess they're trying to really protect her. But on YouTube, there was a little short thing with her and Beyonce in the booth, because I was like, man, this can't be her first time for reals, and it was.
She got trained. Yeah, bet your bottom dollar she got trained.
Yeah, the director also gave her, trained her and gave her direction. She said he was very nice and kind with his pointers and things. So
that's cute. I'm happy to know that.
Yeah, she did an excellent job. I just would not have thought that was her first movie.
I didn't know until right now. Okay, so what's going on in the Mufasa, the Lion King?
All right, Mufasa, the Lion King enlists Rafiki to relay the legend of Mufasa to young lion cub Kiara, daughter of Simba and Nala, with Timon and Pumbaa lending their signature stick. Told in flashbacks, the story introduces Mufasa as an orphan cub, lost and alone until he meets a sympathetic lion named Taka, the heir to a royal bloodline. The chance meeting sets in motion an expansive journey of an extraordinary group of misfits searching for their destiny. Their bonds will be tested as they work together to evade a threatening and deadly foe. So
now, I love this, every bit of it. I was sitting jamming to the soundtrack. Like we got some new songs.
Miranda did that. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was jamming to the songs. I was kind of in my seat, kind of bopping and going on. I'm like, I'm digging this. This is an origin story. As we said, this is where you learn where Mufasa came from and his story,
right.
And Scar and, you know, the kids, Simba and Nala. And you got Beyonce in here for a hot minute.
Yeah. Just
to voice her character.
Yes.
In here.
Yeah.
But I really like this. It's going to be in my collection for sure. It was just good. I don't think they did any CG. I don't think this was CGI at all.
I think it was all CGI.
All of it was?
Yeah, they looked real.
They looked real. It was kind of like a, I don't know how to explain it, but I liked it.
They look like real lions.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. They did a good job. They do a good job with all of them. That's the point I'm trying to make. They do a good job with all of these. And I don't think the legacy will ever die for The Lion King, ever. So if you are getting in the movie for The Lion King, do like whatchamacallit did, and instead of taking money, just take residuals instead.
Right.
And that's what they said. Was it Jason Weaver who sang? He was Simba before. Mm-hmm. I was reading online that instead of taking, you know, just upfront payment, he instead opted for residuals. So whatever adult or agent did that for him, that was a great move. Yeah. Yes. So we got some fun facts in here.
Well,
sorry, Miss Jules.
So this is just the Thommi show.
I
don't get to say nothing.
It's the Thommi show. Yes, it is. You may speak now. You may speak.
Somebody goes to New York to Broadway and see the attitude they get. All right. Well, I thought it was a beautiful story.
Very.
So if you like movies that have a beautiful story and a beautiful scenery and everything, I enjoyed that.
Which is why you should see it at the theater.
Correct. The way that they filmed this one, making them look like real lions, was interesting, but sometimes it got a little confusing to me as to which character was which, like when they're all
it was
together
going back and
fighting
forth between the stories.
Yeah.
Between the kids, Simba and Nala, Mufasa.
I think I was okay on that, but when there's like a whole bunch of lions and stuff together, or when they're kind of fighting, they kind of made Taka and Mufasa look a little different, but sometimes it's like hard to tell who was who, especially with the adult lions. Except for the albino ones, of course.
Right. And then one of them looked almost albino. It was kept throwing me off for a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got
why does this one supposed to be brown? Why does it look albino? But what was throwing me, it didn't necessarily throw me off, but sometimes I would, when they were going from story to story. Like we're talking in current times, and now they're talking about the past. And now, you know what I mean? Right. Sometimes that will kind of, wait, we're back over here.
Right. And when I pulled this information for us to do this review, you know, like how many... the scores on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. I happened to notice that one of the critics was saying that too, that it got a little kind of muddled or something.
It did.
And they didn't really appreciate the fact that they made them look realistic.
Why not?
I don't know. People have different tastes, so
I liked it.
To make, you know, I guess they were really liking the cartoon versions better, because they said that the cartoon versions you could do a lot more with them and make them have more expressions, and the the real looking ones they can only express so much because they're like real animals.
CGI.
But the CGI, but still, it's like they look like real animals.
It's cool, but I mean that's the way everything is going now, you know. Some CGI mixed with some reality, and
I'm just saying that's
we've had
what
the
one
cartoon.
critic said.
No, I know. Well, we have the cartoon already. We don't need the cartoon. We've got it on Broadway.
Right.
Let's get it on CGI. What's the biggie?
Yeah. So
it was awesome.
That's all I'm saying.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. But I also noticed this. You know, I thought that Mufasa. I haven't looked to see like what the ranking is as of last weekend. Mm-hmm. But according to looking at when I was going to see movies this past weekend, and I'm looking at how many seats are sold for each theater, Sonic was kind of kicking its butt, and I'm like,
is it?
I kind of thought Mufasa might be up there, but maybe that's just my theater, maybe that's just my area. that people were like, let's go see Sonic a little bit more than Mufasa. Not to say that nobody was seeing Mufasa. Not.
Yeah, you're just saying it's kind of dominating.
Sonic was like sold out, and Mufasa was not sold out.
Okay. So, we'll check the box office because I'm kind of curious. Check the box office numbers.
Too, and I should have when I did this.
Opening weekend box office numbers really count.
When I typed this up, I should have done that. I apologize sincerely.
And it's funny because when you mentioned Sonic the Hedgehog, which part 3, which we're reviewing too, right. I remember I think it was the last one, if I'm not mistaken. You weren't a fan of his Hollywood makeover that some people were kind of like. He looked like he got plastic surgery, and they didn't.
When they were first, that wasn't me. When they first came, they were about to come out with the first Sonic. He didn't look like Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. He looked crazy. Yeah. So they had to go back to the drawing board. They had to fix him because people were like, "What the heck?" He just looked. He didn't look like Sonic.
Well, they were saying he looked like he had plastic surgery or something.
He looked, kind of scary at one point when they tried to they had to redraft that. Okay, go back to Mufasa. James Earl Jones, who played Mufasa from 1994 to 2019, passed away at 93 years old on September 9th, 2024. That's a day after my mom passed.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. That's only been 3 months ago. It doesn't seem like it's been. It seemed like it's been longer.
Yeah. Aww. When the role was offered, he declined, and this film is dedicated to his memory.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, my mom.
Yes.
Okay. Many fans were outraged when they found out that Scar and Mufasa were actually unrelated, but this non-relation is nothing new. In the original drafts for the 1994 film, Scar was meant to be a rogue lion unrelated to the royal family.
Did that happen though? I don't remember that. Nobody ever said that Scar wasn't.
In the drafts. Huh?
Oh, in the original draft.
Yeah, that he was not. He was meant to be a rogue lion unrelated to the royal family, but they're not related. They're friends.
That threw me off. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. So that was his.
But they've been friends since they're little. So like
it was his spirit brother.
Yeah, you know how people be like, "This is my sister."
Yeah,
because they known each other
so
long.
People do that. I mean, like, this is my sister friend. Say sister friend, not sister, because then I'm thinking, oh, y'all got the same mom or same dad? No.
You know, one time I went to see my brother at work, and he calls everybody like brother and sister. And so he's telling everybody, this is my sister, but he had to say, this is my real sister. I'm like, well, how many other sisters? Because it's just us. Like, who are we talking about? Because he was calling everybody his sister and brother. Like, what the heck?
Or cousins. Like, that's not your cousin. That's just your friend. But if you guys are really, really close, I get it. You're like family with some people than friends with them. They feel like they're like your blood relatives. But I still don't say that's my sister. If I'm going to say that, I'm going to say that's my sister friend. I don't want to confuse people.
Okay. I don't know if I ever really thought about if I have a problem with that or not.
I did.
But I know when I was younger, my son's friends, they like to call everybody like mom and stuff, right?
Now they call them mom dukes.
But wait. So the other parents seemed a little older than me, and they're married and stuff, and sometimes they call those people mom and stuff, and I'm like whispering to my son like, I don't feel like I'm old enough to be everybody's mama. Please tell them not to call me mom anymore. And then after a while, it was auntie. I'm like, okay, I could be auntie. But then as he got older, then they start calling me mom, and I was like, well, shoot, okay.
Forget it now. It's cool now.
I'm mom. All right. But I'm like, I'm like in my young 30s. Like, I'm not ready to be everybody's mama. I got one kid. Don't do that to me.
Aww.
All right, so this was released on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of the original animated film.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. So that was a
30 years
big
ago.
Opening.
Yeah. I liked it. And see, but look, okay, when I went to see it, it comes out, they always say it comes out like, it came out on 12/20, right? So that's a Friday. They always say that.
Didn't it come out on a Thursday?
Yeah, it really comes out on Thursday. So I saw it on the Thursday.
Okay.
And I saw it like when people were at work. So there was only like 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 of us in there or something.
Oh, that's all?
But this one couple, they had like a little cute little baby. The baby was like, he had to be maybe 2. I'm thinking maybe under 2. He was quiet, right? For the most part. Occasionally he would kind of make a noise, but His thing though was he wanted to explore.
Oh,
and it was kind of empty.
Not again.
Yeah, he's exploring. I'm fine with him going down the roads, but then when he's on the stairs and he wants to eat the popcorn, I'm like, really? And the mom was pregnant. Like, you could tell, obvious pregnant.
Okay, so she wasn't ready for another baby, apparently, because she's not watching the one.
And the dad, I don't know if he had to pee a lot or what, but sometimes he'd get up and sometimes he was gone because I don't know where he was, not my business. But after a while, like about, I don't know, half an hour in or something, I was like, no, they were there still. I decided to go down the steps to like the last row.
Where you
and then it was great. I couldn't see them. I could barely ever hear them. You know, because my mom eyes are just like watching them. Like, are they watching them? Because I'm watching them.
Is he going to trip up the steps?
Yeah, I could barely watch the movie because I'm watching the baby, which he ended up being fine, people. He was fine through the whole thing.
Man. Never mind.
They just let him walk around and explore, though. So I just
irresponsible.
I didn't tell anybody on him. I didn't do any of that. I just moved myself because there was plenty of seats in that theater. I just moved myself out of the equation.
But why would you let your toddler walk around up and down the steps? At some point, usually, for one, I'm thinking they're going to fall and hit their mouth. So I get kind of worried about that.
That's why I was worried.
But you don't let your child walk around somewhere in a public. You need to sit them down. If you cannot sit them down because they have a short attention span, which a lot of kids do, then you wait until it comes on streaming.
Yep.
Sorry, I get you want to see it when everybody else see it, but that is not everybody else's responsibility to watch your child or have to listen to you talking in the theater.
Because this baby was too young to appreciate any movie.
Yeah,
like I said, they seemed like they were maybe 2, maybe.
Yeah,
he was the cutest little boy, and it's like the stairs were okay where we were up higher, but then he started kind of going down. And that's when the mom had to get up because those stairs are sharp.
They're very
the last couple of stairs before you get to the floor.
Yep.
So she had to run over and get them and bring them back. Like I was like, this is too much. I can't.
And you can barely see the stairs. I mean, they got the lights there, but still, when I'm stepping, I still watch because that one at the bottom, like you said. Gets me all the time, and I'm like, no, let me take my time before I have popcorn flying all up in the air. Which I seen a girl do that before. She was coming up the steps, and she had on a dress, and she tripped, and the popcorn flew everywhere. Her dress flew up in the air, and the guy got up like he was going to help her, but then he just sat back down. And once we realized she was okay, I'm sorry, but it was hilarious. Once we knew she was okay, but when the popcorn and her dress flying in the air just kind of did it for me.
Yeah.
But you could tell she was really embarrassed. She just kind of got up and just grabbed her bucket and went to her seat. I'm like, oh, poor thing. But that was funny. Okay, but let me quit it.
Funny.
Let me quit it. We got. Oh, how many clappers are we going to give Mufasa? I'm telling you right now, I'm giving Mufasa a strong 4 clappers. I just loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm giving it 4 clappers. What about you, Jules?
I also believe I'm going to give it 4 clappers.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 4. It was a beautiful story.
It really was.
And I do want to see it again. And I feel like if you see this, you know what Lion King is. You know what it is. See it at the movie theater because the scenery is beautiful.
It's beautiful. They did a great job with it, with the CGI. They did a great job.
Yeah. I probably won't see it again at the theater, but I'm going to definitely see it again.
Oh, I'll see it again. You think it's going to Disney Plus?
Yeah. I think so.
Disney Plus.
I don't know for a fact, so don't put me on.
I'm taking a wild guess that it's going to go to Disney Plus.
But right now, IMDb is giving it 6.8 out of 10.
That's it. They are tripping a little bit here.
The tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes, 56%. I don't know why. Those critics, like I said, one critic I saw, they didn't like the realism. But the popcorn meter, the people gave it 89%.
Okay. That's more, but that's more better, but still, I don't understand. They didn't like the CGI. What did they want? Just another cartoon?
I guess so. So that they can jump around, and then people were like waiting for another like Circle of Life song. They made kind of similar songs, but you don't want to just hear the same song.
No, that's why I said when I was jamming, I was like, oh, they got some new songs in here.
Yeah, they made new songs that kind of related to those songs, but they also related to the characters.
Yeah, you can't keep the same darn music in every single. Come on, y'all. Stop it. I mean, like, you know, Friday the 13th, and they have their theme songs, but you're not going to pick the same music.
And they wanted the hyenas to be laughing and stuff. This is an origin story. Okay, the hyenas went crazy after this part. Those were different hyenas that
yeah,
were
I think
crazy.
they were. Because the ones we know were scraggly and skinny and
Yep.
nasty looking.
And this movie was already, what did I say, 2 hours?
Yeah, it was over 2 hours. But I didn't notice
it was 1 hour and 58 minutes. So, I mean, they didn't have time to add in all that extra stuff. We
Yeah.
are focusing on Mufasa and Taka and their origin story. We're not getting to, there was not a part where we got to the hyenas and how they really act. They were there, but we didn't get to focus on them. There's only so much we could focus on.
That would be like, since Scar introduced himself, we know who he is. That was kind of, getting towards the end. But if you do another one, that's the original Lion King. So there's no...
Or they could do one in between, you know what I mean? When he becoming...
As he's becoming Mufasa a little more. Yeah. He was halfway grown.
And how he gets to hang with the hyenas and, they could do, at least another one.
How Scar eventually really rounded them up. And I guess you could squeeze that in there if you think it'll flow. But we're at the Lion King. But we never knew really Scar's history though. Maybe Scar might be one.
Yeah, they could.
They did Wicked. That might be a good. I wonder if they got that in the mix.
They could do one that focuses more on
Scar. Hey,
I mean, they focused on him a pretty good amount in this movie, but they really could focus even more. And so, from his point of view, or something.
They left him. One of his last lines. It was a sarcastic. Oh, I'm gonna get you. When he called him the king or sire or something like that. But it's just the way that he said it that you knew he was being fake and he was going to be up to something. So maybe they might squeeze something in, but hey, if they squeeze a Scar in, I'm going to see it.
I'm going to see it.
And I hope people, I know if, just like, what's the one, The Incredibles, right? You like that one a lot and I still haven't watched it. I'm going to, I get it. But I remember when that movie came out, there were adults like, let me tell y'all something now. Don't bring your kids here. This is our movie. We've been waiting for this. I feel like that about the Lion King.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, like the little ones, my little ones, would they watch it? Yeah. But really, Lion King, it's for everybody, but that was our era. You know what I mean? That's us, and that's how I feel about the Lion King. Just don't bring your loud, noisy kids. Matter of fact, I'm going to Majestic anyways, so I'm not going to have to worry about anybody talking. Well, I've already seen Mufasa, but when I go see everything else that I want, I go to Majestic, so I don't have to hear anybody talking. But yeah, so there you have our review on Mufasa, the Lion King. Make sure you go to theaters and see it now. Do not wait for it to stream. It is really, really good. Just make sure your kids have a good attention span so they can behave when they're in the theater and don't let them walk around or run around. If not, you might have to wait. It's going to be a while because this one was a big one. Don't forget that Jules and I, we are on Cash App. Any donations appreciated. We are also on Facebook. We're on YouTube. And we're on Instagram. And always remember that if our videos happen to run more than 15 minutes on Instagram, it'll cut us off. But that's okay. Because all you have to do is go to YouTube and subscribe and follow. Go on Facebook, like, follow, share, comment, request stuff. We take requests. It doesn't matter what genre it's from. Just let us know. We'll shout you out on the show. And we'll go ahead and do your review. All right? Well, thank you very much for tuning in to our review of Mufasa, the Lion King. We will see you back here soon. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.